Whoever does it, I'll give you 1 HP. I dangle 1 HP in the air.
Sure, I can use that. Last time
Everything's fucked up.
Yes, everything fucked up. Last time on Aspera, we were continuing to follow our group of intrepid heroes who had divided themselves into many different fronts to attack in order to gain knowledge about the bees. Hun and Bruce were still over at the church. Was it last session that Hun had a very emphatic conversation with Vic in an attempt to convince her that the bees were real and that they were a problem? And he showed her over to the shrine for Brea, and she was like, I don't know if I believe the words you're saying, but I believe that you are very convinced of them, so I will hold judgment until further notice, and I will not go on the vacation out of town, which was a win for Hun. He also told her that Bruce had gotten beaten up, and she was like, I'm gonna fucking kill the church. Meanwhile, Brucey Bruce was forcefully recruited by Katerina to go help make more food after the catastrophic events of both him and it's Shelby?
There's a Shelby in town. Shelby. This one's Shelby.
Our dear waitress, who is so very clumsy, destroyed the church lunch. Totally by accident. Absolutely 100% by accident. And Bruce was doing a good job of being in disguise with his little bee pin, except Katerina immediately knew that it belonged to Neil and that Bruce had stolen it, and she confronted him. And Bruce won the struggle and shoved her into the industrial freezer that is in the kitchen and locked her in. But unfortunately, a small child heard a bit of the noise and came to investigate, and we left off with Bruce in a struggle with little Babby. Which bee child were you? I have to scroll. Struggle with Annie Rose, the bee child who stares into your soul.
That's right.
And he tried to convince her that he could help take the bee out, and she was like, oh my god, let me go. We cut over to Isaac and Ren and Hellings, where they have decided to drive away from the fire that they had previously started in hopes of flushing out our one singular policeman so that he could be kidnapped. They did the good boy option of actually calling the fire department and reporting that there was a fire after Stafford did not answer his phone and show up at the scene. And they grabbed more supplies for Molotov cocktails and then decided to go over to the second location we were tipped off to being a beehive processing location of the Sub Rosa, which is a bar that has been closed for a couple of years. And we had a very funny Looney Tunes scene of our first Isaac accidentally falling on his face as he tumbled out of a vent that they had used to break into the Sub Rosa, followed immediately by Hellings being very cool as he jumped up to get into the vent, and then falling on top of Isaac as he slipped down into the Sub Rosa. And then Ren was the coolest guy of all as he stuck both the leap and the landing. They're getting ready to get into the depths and investigate. And then finally, our last people we were following for the day were the doctors. After getting dropped off at the clinic by Bruce, Peabody and Dabrowski very quickly piled up a bunch of supplies and tried to grab as much stuff as they could, but were soon interrupted by a buzz at the intercom, which turned out to be Terry, the night guard from the mall, who claimed that he was injured by his kid playing around with a pocket knife and that he needed stitches. So the plan was engineered that Dabrowski would head for the back exit and pretend that he wasn't there and start trying to sneak out, and Peabody would go check the intercom, and he opted to trust his friend and let him inside, which was a bad idea because Terry was lying, and held our doctor at gunpoint and was like, "Bring me down into the basement, I need the bodies." And as we left off, they were about to get into an altercation.
That's right.
That's what happened last time.
Here you go, the sound of a little jingle as you get 1 HP.
Delicious.
Do I get an XP for saying everything was fucked up? No.
The hell is EXP?
Sorry, HP.
I need this, considering I lost so much fucking HP when we walked through the mall, and I kept taking PTSD damage.
What is Peabody damage from?
He has taken a lot of psychic damage today. And this is only this is before noon that all of this is occurring. This is early in the morning.
He hasn't even had his coffee yet.
I'm sure we had fortified ourselves before we left Douglas's house for the morning, but hoo boy. I now have 2 HP.
Yay!
Hooray! Yippee! Yippee! And that's where we left off. And so we have 2 fights occurring.
That's right.
We have one potentially dicey investigation. At least there were 3 people in that in that situation. And then we have one Hun who is corralling a mama bear.
Corralling is pretty much complete. Now it's onward to saving baby bear.
Yes. Bruce will hopefully have backup soon.
So local Bruce gets to get some backup, and local Hun gets to involve himself in more combat. So we have combat, exploration, maybe go into combat if it is the situation you think it is.
It's generous calling what Bruce is attempting to do combat.
Bruce throttles a child part 2. So, let's roll into this. How do we want to do this? We could do initiative, perhaps?
Per group?
Yeah, let's do that.
Would you like me to roll ink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Oh my.
We're getting right into it. Unfortunate, I was hoping I would have time to eat my noodles.
You can opt to go second.
I'll see what everybody else gets. I'm trying not to slurp ramen directly into my microphone.
Yeah, ramen sounds really good.
I do think technically a 20 is the opposite of what you want, if
Yeah,
I
so you
remember
want
dex
low.
rolls.
I did not make my dex. My dex is 14.
Got it.
Oh, that's true. I guess if we're playing Dex, then yes,
Yeah.
that is not a success on my part.
Tori, you had me roll last time. Isaac rolls.
I personally opt for the combats to go first, but I don't know if we're allowed to do that.
You just don't want to.
If you'd like to. I'm okay with that.
But thank you, Nikki.
I'm good. Either way.
Helens,
I can
what do
roll
you
just to know what we
think?
got.
Oh, you want the meta knowledge?
Yeah.
We gotta see it.
I'm cool for that. I'm cool for allowing that.
Oh.
Good roll.
Isaac would have won.
Just so you all know.
Yeah, flex. Just do a cool kickflip, land on my face, let them go first.
All right.
He did just
So-
fall down and then get crushed
Yeah.
by a burly,
What is-
burly British man.
Sure did.
I'm seeing. Or did you put new tokens on the map?
Yeah, I see red and purple and blue and
Green?
Yes, that is
Yellow.
to show origin places. Places you should be able to find people.
Okay, I like that.
okay.
It's like their little home
Yeah.
base.
You only got them as you met the characters. So
Right.
now that you've met multiple people, I finally sat down and updated the map so you know exactly where you'd find folk.
Hey.
Where you find folk at?
Mm-hmm. But currently, what you find is yourselves in a church. So let's swap to there, shall we?
Mm.
As Bruce, you are in active confrontation with Annie, and Hun, you are just getting done having spoken with Vic, and I imagine you are taking steps down the hallway towards the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So then, we'll start with Bruce and we'll loop to Hun.
All right.
Because Hun might be coming, depending on if Bruce can stop Annie from bolting out the door, we'll determine if Hun sees Annie bolting out the door.
All right. I will attempt a strength roll to restrain her yet again.
Oh no.
Boo.
All right, Bruce, you're kind of lunging towards her to try and get a grip on her as she has stumbled her way against the door, and she pushes off the cabinet, or what would you call that? It's not a cabinet.
Cabinet. Yes.
It's like it's a thing
Kitchen
that's
cabinets.
counter.
Oh, gotcha.
She pushes out the counter with her foot and is able to use that momentum to just quickly weave around you. And with that, she's turning the knob. She is going out the door. You will have a chance to try and catch her before she goes completely down the hallway into the main cafeteria.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Hun,
Mhm.
you are making your way towards the cafeteria. One thing you immediately notice now that you're in the hall is that there are a lot of people filtering out of the church. And you hear talking amongst them, just like, what do you think is happening over there? It's a lot of smoke.
He doesn't say anything, but it sounds like the fire worked. He did see it from
And-
the window too.
As you open
Hun
the...
doesn't know about the fire, right? Because
You
that was
mentioned
something we
it briefly,
planned.
didn't you? Or did you not?
That was because that was something we planned after the mall, right?
Yeah, but then Bruce bumped into Han briefly, so I thought you mentioned him.
Maybe. Okay, you can know about it. I thought we joked about it last time about him not knowing about it, but
Maybe.
either makes sense.
Either way,
Douglas and our fine friends Kurt and Dawn don't know anything about it.
That's true.
Yeah. R.I.P. Kurt and Dawn. Dead.
Yeah, I'm going through my notes here, and you might be right, you may not have, which means he did notice the fire, but didn't, say anything because he was just way too concerned with just talking to Vic. And he is still shoving the Warrior of the Fire behind him because this is kind of convenient. And he needs to find Bruce. So yeah.
And simultaneously, as you are hearing the whispers amongst the churchgoers. You also are passed on the way at the doors of the cafeteria as Catherine Rose is just coming out, and she's like, "Oh, excuse me, we heard something's going on outside."
Which one's Catherine Rose?
She is this one.
Where am I looking?
To the right of the.
There you go.
Oh, what?
To the right of the church.
No, that was in character. What?
Oh, sorry.
I see her now.
She says, "Yeah, you're," and you see behind her, kind of more towards the back, is a little old lady, familiar, and she seems to be spreading news of what's going on outside. Your mom just came in and she mentioned that there's a massive plume of smoke.
Oh, jeez. Where is it?
I don't know.
I better go look, huh?
She nods.
Can't say anything from
and
in
she
here.
will-
It's just a hallway.
Well, that's fine. And she holds you by the shoulder, she moves you to one side of the doorway, and she goes to the other side of the doorway and passes you. And she goes outside.
He'll glance the direction of Mama Hun.
Mama Hun is currently distracting these three, it seems, and you're seeing just a hint more towards the back of black clothes and long brown hair, kind of just going around the corner into the hallway that leads to the cafeteria.
Okay. He is... He will go... She's the opposite way, or Mom is the opposite way of the cafeteria then, since she's further back.
Mother is in the
Oh,
cafeteria.
she's in the cafeteria, okay. Then we are
Yeah.
heading in the same direction.
I moved you guys to the map, right? You have visual?
I have
Yes.
visual, yeah. Currently...
Okay.
Oh, that is the... Okay, I just can't identify rooms. Yes, he and Vic will go there then. Since that's where they're heading anyways.
Mm-hmm. All right, then Vic will go with you.
Get my miniature... Not miniature, the other thing.
And you told her it was the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she will, like, as soon as you are in the cafeteria, she's gonna kind of give you a side look, and you can tell by body language she's meaning to start going.
Okay. He kind of nods at her.
Okay. She is quickly going into like a speed walk. The click 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 of her heels as she goes across the room. You follow?
I'm trying to see. It is only these other three left in here? Are they like
Correct.
Are they heading towards the commotion as well, or are they staying behind?
No. They are there talking to your mother.
Okay. Because out of character, we don't know. Do we know the Ross situation yet? Who is their relation? Boys are so beat. Okay. Yeah, he is going to break to I guess kind of distract over there if it needs distracting, because yeah, they got no business being around Mum.
How do you go about doing so? I'm gonna give you some perspective here. I'm gonna let you 1 second.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
How do you go about that?
Well, I guess as he's walking over, like, are they all like super attentive on her? Are they looking around at all?
I think you get the feeling that Shelby seems to be paying attention to her. Taylor, he seems halfway there. Colin is looking around a little impatiently.
Okay. Well, I guess he'll come over and he's going to stoke the exciting news flames. And come over and be like, rush, because him and Vic were rushing in here anyways, but he's going to use this as just kind of shift in why he's rushing. So instead of rushing to the kitchen, like, oh god, it's still oh god, but he's like, oh no, now there's a fire. And he does a motion like he normally would, like to reach for his hat, but it's gone. So the hand like went up and come back down. He's like, did you see the fire? I saw a fire out the window. Over there.
Your mom was just telling us about it. Yes, I told them that everyone was talking about a fire outside. I can't see it for myself, so I'm trying to let everyone know.
Have you seen it? Taylor says, looking towards you.
Yeah, it's out that direction, and he'll point the direction he saw it, which is the other side of the building, right?
Yeah. I mean, that could be anything. That's just towards town.
It could be anything. I don't know. Saw it out the window though, and it seemed big.
Has anyone called the cops? Colin says.
I'm sure someone has. I don't.
As you're saying this,
People.
Vic is tip past.
Is everything okay, Miss Palmer? I'm getting my son. There's a fire.
I need to perspective her. She's so big. Okay, there we go. All right. Go ahead, Hun, and roll a control to keep them distracted. Because of the assistance, I'm gonna allow you that if you do fail, which you did, you can try again.
Damn it!
The world ordains it. And as you're speaking, you are carrying the information of this fire, but you can't help but the fact that like your eyes keep flicking towards the door, and there is perhaps a sense of urgency to you as well.
Is everything okay, Mr. Hun?
Just got me a little frazzled is all. Don't have a whole lot of fires in town.
Yeah, well maybe we could go look at it.
Just want to make sure everyone's safe first.
Well, I mean, it's only us. Motions around with his thumb. And Miss Palmer, who's getting bruised, right?
Seems that way. Is anyone else here? Did everyone already leave? I do love how everyone always forgets about her.
I believe everyone went outside. Yeah, no, they did. Well, most of them. There's probably some people still in the pews. I haven't checked.
Well, why don't you go check then?
Well, I'd like us all. I don't want to go alone.
We got two strapping young lads that can go with you.
And with that, we're gonna swap into the hallway. As the Annie is sprinting out of the hallway, and she's like, "Help! Help!" And you are following behind her, Bruce, and she's taking one step, two step, stumbling forward, and as she's pushing off of the ground towards the end of the hallway, she runs into someone. And I'll do a roll to see if she sends them both tumbling or not. She does. So she runs into someone at full force, and both of them go sprawling onto the ground as you hear, "Ugh!" And you have seen Enzo was coming up the end of the hallway. And now it has 1 Annie, like, face planted, immediately is trying to recover and, like, clamber back onto her feet.
Get her! Don't let her go. And is this yet another chance for me to attempt to restrain her?
Yes, you may.
Okay. God damn it!
As you come forward. Now, how do you try to restrain her?
I think mostly he tries to pull her off Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty sure Enzo might have some, like, citizen's arrest or security guard cuffs on her. So he's expecting help from Enzo, so attempting to just kind of, pull her off. And yes, still trying not to hurt her.
And you do that, and Enzo's trying to start to push herself up into a sit, and it seems like she had the intention of kind of meeting you in the middle there, and fully taking advantage of her height, and the fact that you are kind of grabbing her by the arm, she slips right out of her sweatshirt. She DBs, and slips, like, in the smallest crack between the two of you. And to the door, which opens as Vic is at the precipice, and you see your mom, like, scanning before even taking in anything, and beyond her you see the small group of, like, the Rosses, Shelby, and the two Huns. And everything just kind of occurs at once, as I have to roll one thing that'll determine if this scene... You know what? Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Bruce?
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d6. Okay.
Okay.
As Annie begins to open her mouth to speak, Vic closes the door again without stepping in. And he's like, "Help! Help! And it gets, these are large, thick wooden oak doors. And it blocks the sound. And there's kind of all of you in the group hear just a thump towards the front, and Taylor looks back and he's like, "Is everything all right, Miss Palmer?" And she says, "It's jammed. 1 second."
You know what? Thank God for women. Bruce would be lost without him.
Mama know what to do. That's some fast thinking on her part.
It is.
Hun, you have to marry this woman.
Well, that's the intention, okay?
Are we on us or are we on the outside group?
It's all gonna kind of happen around the same time here.
Okay.
So you figure out what you want to do. I'm gonna go to Hun really quick. As Hun, you are trying to convince them to go to another room, and Shelby seems like she's willing. The twins don't. And especially now that Vic has mentioned that the door's jammed, well, ever good intentioned Taylor is turning around and be like, "Oh, I'll get that for you. 1 sec."
No, it's alright. I can help her. Won't you,
I'm
Shelby?
I'm actually a mechanic. Come on, this is like my
And I'm not.
thing. Yeah, he thumbs up and he keeps going towards the door.
I have expert work with Jules. As a janitor.
Me. Roll a control.
Come on. Yes.
Yay!
I didn't know janitors were specialized in doors.
Oh, we deal with many a door. Many of them rusted shut. Or locked.
The mall is kind of trash.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, all right. I mean, steps aside.
I'm gonna go look at check. I
Need to go, and she bangs her knee really hard.
Fiddlesticks, excuse me.
Help her or not. He says they goes the
The brothers look at each other. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Scissors, paper. Fuck. They leave. Inside, Bruce and Enzo, both you are trying to wrangle one distressed teenager as she is immediately trying to like beat on the door, but you can try and stop her as you see her like fists are swinging back.
Same old. He is trying to restrain her. He is not going to attack her.
What?
Do I get another roll because Enzo's
Yes.
helping?
Yes.
Thank God. Thank you, Enzo. Thank
So-
you, women.
Every day, Bruce is helped by women. Bruce, you go to try and like grab her wrists, but she kind of pulls away, and would be able to get away completely. But as that happens, she pulls towards Enzo, who grabs her other wrist, and that gives you enough time to then secure it so that both of you are able to pull her away from the door as she is trying to kick her feet towards it, try to make any amount of contact, try to make any amount of noise that someone else can hear. I'll do anything. Please don't hurt me.
We're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you.
I don't believe you!
You don't gotta. It's not gonna change that. We're not gonna hurt you.
What do you need to do?
We want to help you get free of the bee thing. We're not gonna hurt you. We're just trying to help everybody.
I don't want to be free.
I think you would not say that if I don't know why I'm doing it. Why am I doing an accent?
Yeah, I don't
Like a
know.
southern accent. I don't know.
Southern.
The blood loss
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah. I don't think you'd say that if you weren't in control of a bee or controlled by a bee. Could he and Enzo like slowly drag her back towards the kitchen?
Yeah, you can begin to drag her towards the kitchen.
No, no!
He mouths to Enzo to not upset her. Do you have cuffs?
I have to actually check if Enzo has cuffs. 1 second. If I remember correctly, she did. One second. I forgot to open up something. We're actually going to
Vroom.
transition here to something a little different. Change name. All right, let's see. Yeah, it looks like she does. And so she just gives a strong nod. And so she begins to kind of reach for them to pull them out. And he's looking back and she says, "What are you doing?"
Just keeping you from causing more trouble.
I'm not the one causing trouble.
Bruce just doesn't answer.
Everyone here is on the same page except you.
And don't you think that's kind of weird? No one's ever on the same page.
Since you already made the strength, the handcuffing can happen, I think.
Okay.
As the click and the adjusting the cuffs to be tight. However, in doing so, you hear Enzo just lightly grunt as her leg gets kicked by Annie.
He looks for someplace they can like loop them around something so she can't, so our hands are like tied around something in the kitchen.
It's a standard kitchen, so you have cabinets, sink, stove. There's a stove handle.
Yeah, the stove door handle. I think for now that's enough, probably. There's probably a door lock too, a kid door lock that locks the door from being able to be pulled open.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they didn't have those in the 90s, but...
Roll a 1d6. We'll use that to determine.
Sure.
No kid door lock.
Okay. Well, she won't be able to immediately rip the door off anyways, so well, they can start with that. And they do that, have it settled for a moment, and Bruce kind of puts his head in his hands.
Enzo says, "Are you hurt?"
She whacked me a couple times, but nothing major.
Okay.
And just ripped the bandage off. He touches the side of his face. Didn't get me.
She looks around to see if and pulls some like paper towel, wets it, holds it out for you in case you need it.
He'll do a gentle dab in case there's any, oozing going on.
Nothing too bad. The undercurrent of the room is just panicked speaking by Annie, feverish, nothing really of note, nor honestly at this point anything that would even fully make sense. She's just panicked. She seemed afraid of you before you like by the time you came into the cafeteria, and now she is absolutely terrified.
What do we do? Katarina's in the freezer.
Do we have to worry about her getting out?
I don't think so. He takes a couple steps, towards the doorway just so, she can also step forward and see what's going on there with the handle.
A nod of approval. That should work.
But now what do we do? How do we gotta get her out of there and do surgery and...
We don't have doctors here.
No, we don't. And we're supposed to pick them up from... He's gonna say, I poured all of their sleeping medicine down the drain. That would have been so useful.
Better there than in our food.
I'm gonna look for another bottle. Maybe they had two. He's gonna say.
Give me a search roll.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Alright, let's see here. Meanwhile, Hun, you're standing outside, going over to Vic to help unjam the door. You quickly realize as you look at it, it's not jammed. Bruce, you find a vial with a live parasitic bee.
Oh.
Ah. He's going to fill that jar with water.
You open the jar?
No. Does it have air holes?
No, I don't think it does.
He will shake it as hard as he can.
Reminiscent of something. Vic looks at you, Hun.
Let's see, and he'll kind of dawdle around with the hinges.
Excuse me, Taylor, was it?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you take me outside? I can't quite remember how to get to the exit, and it sounds like my son is busy with the door.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's... Kind of looks back at you all. That's fine. Right this way. Mrs. son? You will take your mother by the arm and start to lead her out. And she kind of walks with like one hand being led and the other behind her back, and you see just behind her back a thumbs up.
One has good whammon in his life. Once they're out and the door is shut,
Mm-hmm.
then he stops playing at what he was doing. What is it? To Vic.
It was Annie. I just shook her head.
You did good. She's one of them.
B sweatshirt.
Yep. Put his ear to the door.
You don't hear anything.
Don't hear anything. Kind of crack it open a little to peek.
With it open, you can hear a little more distantly the hushed words of Brucindo. Nothing you can make out, but more obviously you can hear just the repetitions of just like the please let me go. I won't tell anyone. I'll just go home. I just need to run the shop. Who's gonna run the register?
Okay, he'll nod at Vic and start to head in.
Oh, one moment. My cat has summoned me to let her out.
B.
As if you two would like to RP between each other as you meet up, go ahead and do that. The women in your life will be silent for a second.
A tragedy.
That's more than half of us.
It is. So you come in and Bruce just has, like one hand on his head looking very stressed.
Hi, Bruce.
And, oh, hun, what's going on out there?
There's a fire and everyone's outside and Mum was able to pull Taylor outside as well, and then I was able to convince is it Shelby? I always forget. Is that her name?
The waitress is Shelby.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm able to convince Shelby to go further back and check the pews and stuff. You okay?
Well, I have handcuffed a teenage girl, and I have someone locked in the freezer.
Okay.
She caught me, and I tried to, cover up how I was turned or whatever, but I think she recognized the pin, and then she was going to try to attack me, and I pushed her in the freezer and locked her in there. And then Andy came by, but I couldn't convince her to stop worrying about it.
Oh, quick thinking. Who is which she is in the freezer?
Catherine.
Of course. Okay. It's a good place for her, I think.
Do you think we can wait until she falls asleep from the cold and take her out? And
I don't know how much longer we can be here. There's not a whole lot of people left in the church, which is gonna look mighty suspicious that there's still some folk here.
Right. What do we do about her? We gotta get her back to have the docs do a surgery, right? To get out the bee? Oh, also I have a bee. he left in the jar. That was in his other hand.
Well, we should probably hold there then. To wait for the ladies to respond.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I swapped one cat for another.
Perfect timing.
Hun and Bruce
All right.
were discussing the situation, Hun and Vic have been informed that there is a Katarina in the fridge, or in the freezer, and that Bruce was hoping to wait her out. Hun was saying that the church has been emptied out, so it's gonna look mighty suspicious that there's still people here, if they linger. And Bruce was like, "Oh, and I found a bee," and he held up the jar with the bee in it. So, and I said we should probably wait because I'm sure Vic has something to say about the bee.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
That's the bee.
It's an alien bee.
What?
Yep.
Oh.
That's some of the ones you find in the bee boxes now.
Sure. No, that's fine, sure. Honey, are you okay? She comes over to you, Bruce. She made her control.
Aw.
He'll relieve you of the bee if you would like arms to hold your mother.
Okay, he will give his mom a hug. He said, not really, but don't have time to worry about that right now.
Like, runs her hands through your hair, like, wants to hold your cheek, but it's cut, and she's like, what happened?
It's not cut. It's very clearly a human bite mark. I guess he put the towel over it, so it's covered again.
Yeah.
Yesterday we were attacked by some of the people who, were controlled. And, they fought back, and one of them took a bite out of me because they also eat people. I'm sorry, Mom. This is a lot. You don't really need to know all this.
They bit you? Is stupid? Yeah. Are you gonna become Pot B? Are you okay?
I'm good. It's not werewolf rules.
Okay. She like takes your arm and starts checking, and like as she's checking you over, she's finding more like cuts and stuff, and it's just like you can see mother worry levels rising.
She like it touches his side and he goes, and it's like,
my baby, oh my baby.
It's okay, Mom. The doctors got me patched up real good. Nothing else to do than go forward if we can't stop it from happening in the past, right?
Oh God, what did my cat just do?
Oh.
Sorry, give me a moment.
No problem.
Crimes are occurring.
Crime.
I'm thinking there's a door that I can lock, and then if the kitchen has an exit.
It has a window.
It
we
does
know
have a
because
window, and everyone's
just
on the
on-
other side of the church. Brew, you back?
From the map in general, I don't think.
I'm back.
Hi.
What's up?
Does the kitchen have a way out of the building?
I would say there's probably an emergency exit.
Maybe that'd make a noise, wouldn't it, if we open it?
Unless you disable it.
yeah.
Ooh.
Unless we take a knife to the
Yeah, we got some mechanics
wires.
here. We know how to do
We
that.
we do.
Yeah, Hun, you're the doorman.
Okay, Hun is going to lock the doors leading here.
Okay.
Would you like me to roll for that?
No, it's a they're cafeteria doors. There's usually a lock at the top. You're familiar enough with doors like these with the mall.
And then, we are going to look at that back door.
All right. I believe, Bruce, do you have something in your inventory for this?
He technically has his duffel bag and mechanical tool bag are written down on his inventory. I'm not sure if he actually brought those into church.
Okay, so they might be in your car or something like that.
He has a wrench. He has paint pens. He has his key ring. He could theoretically have a little pocket knife on the key ring.
The kitchen itself might have some tools that we can improvise as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You guys can do a proper search of the kitchen.
Okay.
I'll allow you both to make a search roll here quick, and then we'll go ahead and do a roll just to resolve this, and we're gonna move on over.
Okay.
So...
Get the pizza cutter out and shoop, right across the wires.
Bruce, as you're looking around, you find on one of the back tables a raw steak and butcher paper with a bite taken out of it. And Hun, you find, as you're looking around, you know what? That's mechanical related. I'm willing to swap it over to what you need. We're gonna say you find tools that are close enough to and familiar enough in order to do this job.
Okay, cool. Bruce, is the bee in a jar, is that in your inventory slot or mine then?
I hadn't put it in my inventory yet.
Okay, it is in my inventory now, which means I am technically full, although the pesticides are in my car, so I don't know if that counts as on me or not.
Yeah, if not on you, I think it's good.
I think we're
In your
okay
car,
with
not
that?
on you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll do
we'll
a
just have to
s-
take
I'll
2
do a
trips to
slash
bring
right
everything
now then.
in.
Okay, so tools. And yeah, we'll use those then.
All right. Go ahead and give me a dex.
Oh my god.
As you're both working on it, I'll allow Bruce a dex as well.
Hey!
Oh.
All right. You're trying to disable the connection between like the alarm and the door, and it's really just a bit of wire snipping. But you're usually great at physically unlocking doors. The electronic side isn't quite your forte, Hun, and as you're kind of about to start fiddling, you're bogged down by not being super familiar with it. And Bruce, you've had to repair a couple of these before. The Bog Boys have done numbers on your doors. And so you're able to step in and kind of point out, okay, you need to cut here, this wire is going to do that. And pretty much reverse of what you usually do when you have to reinstall one of these.
What the Bog Boys do to ruin them.
Exactly, what you imagine the Bog Boys do to ruin them. And with that, we are going, and the door opening up to the outside on the opposite side of the church, and you all having a exit made available to you. We are going to swap to a different back entrance, with a situation that is significantly different.
Woo.
Hi, Peabody.
Hey.
So you're about to do something really ballsy.
Taking a risk. I made my dex, so I made the initiative.
Yep. Let's get you.
Oh, Hun is having a proud dad moment that Bruce made it through the door.
He's all grown up.
And just holds him, my son.
So you are currently, you've got a gun to your back. You have the initiative, and you manage to stealthily get your hands on the scalpels.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is now, where do we go from here? And do you act first?
The intention was, as they approached the back hallway, he is figuring this is a now or never because he doesn't want to get pushed into the basement. because that makes it significantly harder to escape. And if he makes enough noise right here, it will alert Dabrowski to the fact that things are not going good. And Hugo can make the decision to either try to get the fuck out or try to help. That will be up to him what he does, but at least he will be alerted.
Mm-hmm.
So the thought process was he wants to try to just very fast pull to the side and swing around with the scalpel. If he's lucky, it will be a disarm. If not, just enough to get him out of range of being fired at.
Okay.
But just to, like, as they're walking, to just make a really abrupt, sudden swing around. And to like, pull himself away from gun, hopefully.
Alright. Then here's what I'll allow you. If you want to go for the disarm, I'll have you roll a dex. Either way, you're going to be doing damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that dex to see if you're able to get the meat of his hand.
Oh, God.
Alright. And then go ahead and roll for me. I believe the scalpel was a 1d4. Was that correct?
That's improvised.
Yeah, it's improvised. It's also a much smaller weapon.
Yeah.
I feel a d4 is fair.
Small but sharp. As you take it and you turn and you swing. And the head of the blade, the sharpest part, catches him across the hand, across the fingers, drags along him, and makes the cut that wasn't real very real. He goes, fuck! And you hear the clatter of the pistol hitting the ground as he pulls his hand back without thinking.
Can I grab gun?
You took your action, friend. And so, the subsequent fist that is designated for your face is happening.
I'll take it, it's fine. It's fine.
Take 3 points of damage.
Ugh, ouch. Okay,
As the hand that isn't bleeding reels up and just BOF!
Yay, my
Right
first
across the cheek.
stat damage.
Did you take that to stats?
I had 2 HP, so I'm taking one damage to stats.
Oh boy, oh boy. I think we get to start rolling injuries.
Yay. What do we gotta roll?
For critical damage, I believe you need to make another strength save. Let me double check that.
Yeah, first it's a save on whatever stat got damaged, and then if you fail that, you roll on the injury table, or just get an injury that fits.
Yep. Yep, go ahead and roll the strength. Alright. You are not significantly injured. It's gonna sting. But there's no breakage, no... It doesn't hit your nose. Your glasses are still intact.
Good. It felt like an unplugged fridge.
And between the two of you and the sound of movement, the clatter, you kind of hear a sound of just like, huh? In the distance, but it's subtle enough that you know it's there because you know that there's someone down there, but you don't think he heard it. You're up, Peabody.
Oof. They tried to debating on whether it's better to try to grab gun or try to kick gun down the hallway. And just get it out of the immediate vicinity, because if I miss, it's gonna be more trouble.
So you were debating either kicking it down the hallway, picking it up, or what was the last one?
Either trying to kick it down the hallway towards Dabrowski, hopefully, just to get it out of the situation, because if I miss the grab and he goes for it, it could be more trouble.
Well, that's the beauty of it, Peabody. You go first.
Yep.
So you don't have to roll to grab it. You can just grab it.
Okay, gun. Take gun. Grab gun.
Now, if you want to grab it and immediately fire or something, that would take a roll. But you can pick it up. You go before him.
Going to grab gun and then. Is the safety on, or has it been? Or that was the click. Was him turning it off?
Yeah.
I'm not a firearms doctor, but I know just enough to know that, okay, I have a live weapon. It is being aimed at him, it is not being fired. Let me just... very
Shit.
gruffly. If you thought I was gonna make that simple for you, you haven't been paying attention. Get the fuck out of my office, Terry.
Roll control. You have a fucking gun. Roll again. Okay. He takes a step back, and you see fear in his eyes. He does not think you are bluffing. He takes a step back and he kind of goes, the hands up towards the hallway that leads back into the lobby, and he says, "You don't want to do this."
No, what I don't want to do is whatever you were planning. Are there more of you out there?
Yes.
Can I roll to tell if he's lying?
Go for it.
Do a little control.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so close.
You can't quite tell. And you see from behind him, like, Dabrowski has come further up the hallway, but when he sees you have a gun, he just steps back so he's not in line, like, in the line of fire.
I catch that out of the corner of my eye, but
yeah.
Does Terry see?
No, because so where Terry's at, Dabrowski is behind him.
Okay.
So.
Okay, so he's kind of in the middle of the...
Yeah, and he's making his way towards the exit. But he's definitely facing
down. Is he backing down the hall?
Yes. But
okay.
More towards, like, so not towards the back exit, right? So, like, there's a main hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make a little diagram here.
Make a little
main hallway, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is back exit, where friend is.
Yeah.
That's a smiley face. This is the doctor's office. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This is... And then right here, leads into the main, like, lobby. So Terry was facing you here, and he's kind of backing up towards this direction. So he cannot see down the rest of the hallway. If that makes sense. So you are on the far end right here. This just looks like a really fucked up pair of lungs.
There's doctor here. There's other doctor here down this hallway, and then our friend who is Bede right there.
Correct. He's backing up.
He will follow forward.
Mm-hmm.
Just sort of move at the same pace as him, and like keep the gun trained on him as he heads towards the door.
Mm-hmm. He turns so that he is in the lobby now.
Oh shit! So I lose sight of him for a second.
You're following, so I would say that
okay, close enough.
You're trained on him. I assume you're not giving him enough of a berth to be able to do that. And he thinks you're gonna shoot him if he pulls anything. So
good. Keep that pressure on him, and as we are making our way towards the main entrance, it's got glass doors in the front, right?
It does.
Do I have a line of sight to anything suspicious outside? Do I see anyone else skulking around?
Really? Sure.
Did I make a roly roll?
Yeah, go ahead for it. I'll allow it. Roll me 1d6.
A d6, sure.
Years.
It's a good old 3.
You're scanning with your eyes, and you don't see anything. But what you do see is past the entryway. There are multiple cars parked in the parking lot.
Fuck. Rapidly sweating and calculating. What the fuck? Oh shit. Shenanigans going on in the background. Would be preferable, wouldn't it? Who knows? Maybe it would be a mercy.
No. Well, I mean, it would be a mercy, but no.
Maybe it would be a mercy not to remember the meat castle and then subsequently the bees. Who knows? Ugh.
Just pretend this guy's a thing.
Thank you for that.
You're gonna have friends this time, because more than one of us is gonna survive this time.
We hope so. We hope so.
So the question is, Peabody, if they're not out front, where are they?
I think he is going to take the advice of spiritual Bruce and just tell Terry to stop moving and, Down on your knees, hands on your head.
He will get on his knees.
And he will approach, and as quickly as he can, with shifting the gun to one-hand grip, I'd like to use that tranquilizer I picked up last session.
All right, sounds good. You may do so. I believe the tranquilizer was dex damage.
It is a
specifically.
strength save, or he passes out.
All right.
Cross my fingers.
You hit him with a tranquilizer. Oh wait, tranquilizer. I thought you said taser. I was like, fucking
Oh no,
hell.
I didn't pick a. No, I don't have a taser. I have a tranquilizer and I have acid.
You trank him. You pluck him with that little bit of drug that we're gonna say. Like, did you have it preloaded into a syringe then?
We never specified.
We'll say it is because it's ready to be used.
Okay.
Maybe it's one of those little, like, it comes
Yeah,
ready.
I'm assuming because it is listed as you just make a strength save or you pass out, that, like, the game wasn't intending for you to have to load a syringe with it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll me a 1d6.
That's a 2.
All right. Hey, you see, he's like, what did you just put in me? And he blinks, and you can see, like, it's taking effect, and he's definitely becoming, like, drowsy, dazed.
Just kind of gruffly, you'll be fine. And try and pull him off to the side a little bit away from the door.
You can do that.
Okay. I think once that is settled, he's gonna have a moment of and then running down down the hallway. Just Hugo, we have a problem. Or I will wait until he is properly passed out. Because
You'll wait for it?
Yeah, I'll wait the couple seconds for him to pass out, and then it's the and he's down the hallway.
Jeez, my entire screen just went black. There we go. He closes his eyes. And I will give this to you because you are a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think this trank's gonna last long.
Mm-hmm.
He's out of it, and he is currently down.
Well, we saw how much it took to take Isaac down when he was full of B.
He's dead. You tranked him, and he's dead.
Rip. Yeah, there's a split second of, like, the moment when your body just is like, okay, I'm out of immediate danger, and it purges all the adrenaline, and then you're like, oh fuck, I'm not done. And he's booking it down the hallway. Do I hear anything back from around the corner?
So you same thing as before. With like what you say.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Hugo, we have a problem.
Yeah, we do.
That doesn't sound reassuring. There's just fuck, and he's running down the hall, skids around the corner.
You skid around the corner and are greeted with your good fellow doctor, and his hands are up, and there is a knife rested at the back of his throat, and 2 men standing behind him. And you see that the back exit is still open.
I do still have a gun.
Good morning, Alistair. Sorry to disturb you. We don't have an appointment, says the blonde man.
I don't know who these people are. Do I? I have no recollection.
No, you don't know who these fucking people are.
Also just immediate, like, fucking bad taste in the mouth of this utter unrecognizable stranger calling him Alistair. I think just gun up and let him go.
Yeah, don't... He rests a hand on Dabrowski's shoulder, and he kind of puts his knife a little closer. I don't know if you want to do that. I mean, you can, but, I fall, this goes downward. And flesh is tender. Look, we don't actually mean either of you harm. We would love to go about this as civilly as possible. Unfortunately, our good friend, Terry has not opened the back door, and, well, Dr. Dabrowski here. Dabrowski's looking at you with eyes of just like, fuck. He did. Granted, I don't think he knew, but that's what swarm tactics are for. So, if you would be so kind, we would love to get out of your hair, to just get downstairs and grab our own. And that'll be that. What do you say?
Angie throws up in a corner.
Oh, man. As you're doing that, I'm gonna post the references for these 2 men.
Who are these fellas? Who are these
Who are
guys?
these fellas? Continue. You're free to act as I'm looking for these. If you need time to think, that's totally fine.
Yeah. Taking a moment. rapidly trying to strategize.
Think out loud. You've got a whole chorus of people here who would probably love to help you.
Yeah. The other very handy thing I have in my inventory is a bug bomb.
Ooh,
You.
that's not a bad idea. Although
It is not. I would prefer I would prefer them to not have a hold of our other dear doctor.
Well, do they have a hold of him, or do they have a weapon on him?
They have a weapon on him and they have a hand on his shoulder, so he is pretty tied up at the moment.
You're a doctor. You can fix the other doctor. No, I'm
It's
kidding.
Papa Bees. It's Papa Bees. Hello.
Ah. I'm surprised that the band-aids they wear aren't bee themed.
Those cost extra at the convenience store.
Ooh, Anthony's fully healed up from. Unless that's a established scar on his forehead. No need for a band-aid anymore.
Well, we've seen
Maybe
a
they
couple
heal
people
faster.
with open scars as well,
Yeah.
or with rather prominent scars on display,
Yes.
as opposed to like under the band-aid.
Yeah.
Ugh. I think at the threat, he will back down. He will lower the gun and take a step back.
Anthony seems to take a breath as well as he says, "Good talking, Eugene. All right, I don't know where to go, so if you could lead the way, I'd be really grateful." I'm so sorry. I hope you're having a great day, by the way.
The most fucking just sour expression. No, it's a bad day. It's a terrible day. Not saying this out loud. This is just me goofing. But just clearly on his face, he is kerfuffled and he is upset. The Brit's just like, no, fuck you. And then backing up down the hallway.
You don't have to be quiet, by the way, Doctor. Really, this is a civil interaction.
Buddy, I'm not in the mood for chit-chat.
I think he's talking to me.
Just glances over.
Sweating his ass off, is just looking at you. And he mouths to you. And how good are you at reading lips?
Do you want me to make a roll?
I'll make you roll for it. Have a control. He mouths, there's one more outside. Disassemble them from the shitty map. Are you leading the way, PB? He's taking a nap. I'm just gonna put him right there.
Yeah, just yeah, he's like propped
Good
up,
night, sweet
spouting.
angel. move your token as Peabody would.
God. He's leading the way, but he does not want to turn around.
So he's walking backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll back out down the hallway. And he will, when they get to the door, he will kind of step off to the side so that they have room to pass. Though I'm not sure if they will. We'll see. Do they wait for him?
Anthony starts to go, and Eugene, who has basically like a very friendly arm around Dabrowski, while still definitely holding him at knife point, is just like smiles and shakes head. After you. Found Terry! He's sleeping on the job! Is he dead? I don't think so.
He's fine. And she will continue on. He will keep pace with these two now that we are in a more open space.
Okay. Once you're in an open space, Eugene guides Dabrowski back over to Anthony so that there are two people with him once more. And then once more, it is in your park if you want to lead them or not. What do you want the bodies for? Oh, well, how much do you know? I don't want to give away too much. I am a little bit of a chatterbox, but... not a lot.
Just enough to know that there's something really wrong with them. Yes, the three bodies that are in the morgue all have bees in them. My husband is staring at me from the doorway, looking very nonplussed and concerned.
Yes, Cat? Oh, she's down. You get to the office. Go ahead and just move all of you, if that is alright.
Mm-hmm.
And if you... Is there anything you want to do at this point, or do you just continue to leave them?
Ugh. Rapidly trying to figure out where the best place to potentially throw a bomb is. I'm thinking maybe, hopefully, if we get them into the morgue and then drop a bomb in there, we can lock them in the morgue. But at the same time, it is I don't want to go down into the basement with killer bees. Actually, you know what? Whatever they are planning to do down in the basement, somebody is going to have to step away from Dabrowski to do it, I am hoping. So he will continue forward.
Alright. You all head downstairs. And from there, you step into the opening of the morgue. I have never seen a morgue before. Is this where the magic happens? I don't know if you call it magic. Yeah, that's right. You needed to see the bodies? Yeah? I can take you to them. Yes. Why are you so forlorn? I must free my cat. Forgive me.
Kitty is very upset that she's not been given the exclusive cuddle rights, and so she must protest.
As all kitty should.
Yes. The world revolves around Kitty, so we must obviously pay the price when we do not abide by their time.
And so, Hugo will lead them back. So you are now behind them.
Mm-hmm.
They head into the back room. Let me get you that. Okay, I'm going to need to open it. Well, actually, Alistair, would you mind getting it for him, please?
Frowned. He is going to bring up the point that Angie was about to bring up, and just, I don't know which. I don't know the term for it. Which cabinets they're in, basically. Because Dabrowski put the bodies away.
He did. Oh, couldn't you just open all of them? Only if you would want to waste time. I know where they are. So, if you'd allow me.
Can we roll?
Go ahead. You can go ahead and try and help it with this roll.
Control.
Yes.
Go, come on. Woo! The skin of my teeth.
You kind of take a step back, so that you seem like less of a threat. You're more towards the wall. You don't have the gun out. And with the way you are carrying yourself and Dabrowski's insistence, which you think alone wouldn't have been enough, Eugene seems to relent, and he will let Dabrowski go over. And he begins to fiddle, like, with the door. Go ahead and roll control for me. Alright. The first door opens, and out slides the rack holding one of the bodies Natalie, her name was. The one with the torn up neck.
Mm-hmm.
And he...
How is she looking?
Moves to the
Does she still
side.
look the same, or...?
From when you last looked at her for the
Yeah, which was...
overview.
Was that only yesterday? Jesus Christ, so much has
Yeah.
happened. So much has happened. Like, Alistair's mind is just racing of, like, what do they want them for? Is something happening with the bees? Like, are the bees gonna propagate in there? Why are they taking the dead? Or are they just taking them to bury them? What is happening? Like...
One is opened. And then he's stepped back. And he is beginning to fiddle with the door on the second one.
Are they moving to do anything with the body?
Not at the moment.
Which
There's
direction is Dabrowski moving in? Is he moving further away into the room, or is, like, he moving
Yes.
along the wall closer? Okay.
So paying attention, you notice Dabrowski has opened the door closest to them first.
Mm-hmm.
And now is moving back towards the inner part of the room to open the next one.
Ugh. I was hoping if you started closer towards the middle, you'd be able to back out closer to where I am.
You're on pretty much like opposite sides of the room right now.
But he's essentially is he kind of barricading himself between them and, like, the tray?
That
With the
could be
body
what
on
he's
it?
doing.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be handy if you could read his mind, but you can't.
It'd be great. What, you mean we don't have doctor telepathy?
Yeah, you know, you usually are on the same page.
We're in, what's it, the mortuary assistant. We're in a morgue right now. Husband was...
It looks like Source.
I don't know if they made that in Source engine. Husband was questioning our location within the game.
That's funny.
He's like, that looks like Source. Are you in Black Mesa? But
It's Unity, apparently.
huh. But it from what I can gather, can I roll? Can I roll? Can I roll anything?
I'm gonna say this is something you have to decide yourself.
Have to intuit. But from what I can gather, like, he is putting space between himself and them, and he has a little, kind of a bit of a blockade.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
The second one opens, and the body of the old man that you had looked at is pulled out. He goes further back.
I'd be, like, more over here, rather.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he begins to open the last door.
Where are they? Are they focused on him, mostly?
Split.
Hmm.
They seem to be keeping a half eye on you.
Mm-hmm.
Smart enough to not let you out of the line of sight completely.
Yeah.
The
They do
rack
know I was
clatters.
able to yoink a gun from Terry, so they're just like, no, we don't trust that one.
The sound of the dolly and the rack as it is pulled out, echoing off of the sterile walls. The third body, the one that has been here for weeks, is pulled out. Dabrowski is pretty much against the wall.
I'm surprised that we don't have Neil and Billy. Although they probably got taken away by county police, I guess, since they're in a higher stakes investigation, huh?
Yeah, you're not sure where they went. You weren't the one that collected the bodies.
Yeah, Katarina scooped them up, maybe, who knows? Do they make any moves when the last body is out?
Anthony will kind of step forward, more towards you, and then Eugene will move over and says, "Is there a bag or something, by chance? You have?" And he's kind of looking between you two, but as he looks towards you, Dabrowski quickly moves forward, and you see while he was tucked back there, pulled out some scalpels.
The same brain.
And he takes it and sinks it into Eugene's shoulder. And it doesn't seem to get a whole lot of purchase.
Soon as he does that, can I bring the gun up and aim for him?
This, I think...
Or is this a new round of initiative?
This is, I think, a new round of initiatives. Dabrowski started you off, but how it's going to shake after that will depend on dice.
Mm-hmm.
And I just rolled a 20 for Dabrowski.
Good job. Good job, my boy. Same brain, doctors. Nice, okay.
Alright, you succeeded. So you get to go first. I am going to let you go a few more rounds, but after that, then we're going to swap over to the other group as we're doing roughly an hour per group.
Oh, I would be fine for swapping here for
Okay.
suspension's sake.
I'm cool for that.
Let's go see what's happening in the Sub Rosa.
So he goes Peabody,
Yeah.
Bees, Dabrowski. As the last thing we see with this scene is the pain sound of Eugene and you reaching for your gun. We shift scenes now. Over towards the Sub Rosa group. Let me go ahead and get you music. It's dark there. And only little bits of light leak in from the windows.
Just gonna flick a lighter to give us some sight.
Click. You are able to do so. You see ahead of both of you what seems to be a kitchen. Perhaps it's the place where they cooked. You see some old air fryers. You see random assortment of items just left here to gather dust. But one thing you don't see is any signs of life. You
It's
all...
like crazy dusty in here, right?
It's pretty fucking dusty.
Can we tell if there's been any movement inside?
Roll a control for me.
Yeah.
You look around, Isaac, as you are sitting up. You're sore from being the landing pad.
Being so close to the ground,
But-
I have great vision.
Exactly, but the nice part about having your face in the ground is that you're able to be like, huh, when you see a shoe print right in front of it. It seems to lead further into the building towards a long hallway that takes a L to the right.
Slowly getting up to his feet and correcting his 27-year-old back. He's like, fellas, you see that?
Oh, right. What are we looking at?
We got a footprint. I think we got a couple.
Ren, do you have a light source?
I don't know if he has one on him. No, he does not, actually. So
All
he's
right.
just I think he's just trying to use Isaac's lighter to try and see for himself. He's having a rough time.
I mean, he'll hold his lighter closer since he's looking at it too.
You do so. One thing, even without a good amount of light, that you can tell is that this room smells terrible. It has a strong, pungent mildew smell to it, the kind that you can almost taste, with how just dank it is. And there's something else in there too, but you can't quite make it out, Ren. Isaac, you can though.
What is that?
Ooh, that's it's blood.
Oh, that's blood.
It's blood. It smells. It smells kind
Oh
of.
shit.
It smells kind of.
While he was holding the lighter out for Ren to be able to see the footprint, he's just gonna look back at Hellings and kind of like tap his nose, mouth that you smell that.
He takes 2 inhales and then you see his face contorts in repulsion to the smell general. It's a whole lot of bad, can't quite make it out.
Well, it's the bad and then there's the worst.
Everyone stay close.
You don't have to tell me twice.
I can take point. Run behind me.
Immediately goes.
Party order established.
So in good faith, I cannot remember if I had 4 bottles of liquor and used 2 in the thing or just forgot to mark it off, but I have 2 on my character and I'm just going to take them off because I assume I used them.
No, you have liquor left over.
I do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you used one.
You used 2.
On,
I used 2.
you used one.
Was
I
it 4
think,
total?
In the you used one in the field and then you used one on the house.
You were rejoicing last session. You were like, "Oh, I still got Molly's."
It might have been because I forgot to remove it.
Oh. Well,
So
we'll say. What? Roll me a 1d6. We'll
Alright.
let Fate decide.
Yeah, because I cannot for the life of me remember if I knocked those down or not.
I couldn't tell you. You can keep them if you are really unsure. If you had 4, you can remove it and just have 1.
I can do 1. 1 feels better. I don't think Isaac could nonchalantly carry 4 bottles anyway. On his little jacket.
You guys are inevitably going to make Molotovs as soon as you find the bar anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
I'm not too pressed about it. What would you like to do?
You go, Ren, I choose you.
I'm in the middle. I ain't leading.
It isn't it isn't a literal party order. Like you're behind your dad, but there's enough room that you don't have to go one by one.
Yeah, I don't think we're making Ren go anywhere near the front.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like, go, child. Earn your name.
Kill.
Kill. Do we see any like other light source in here?
It is pitch black.
From what we've seen, what can I tell? What kind of what room we're in right now?
Based on the limited light you have, it seems like there's quite a few reflective surfaces. You were able to make out the fryer. You think this is probably the kitchen.
And with my brief time being a bee,
Mm-hmm.
I slept in a dark room. Could I see in the dark any better?
You could.
If we're looking for the bar, we're not going to be that far away. We're in the kitchen right now.
It'll be a simple entrance.
I've got enough bars. I could probably get a sense for that. I use my bar senses. Where's the bar?
You used your bar senses. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I have a map for you.
I'm gonna feel like I got a drink.
I have a map for you, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you that.
Where would a fellow like me get a drink?
That's right there.
I'm
I'm
out of
going
a spa.
I'm going to place y'all onto the map. Let me go ahead and grab you off the main town map. On the far end, there is a door. On the far end, on the other side of the room, there is a door. Theoretically, one of them should lead to the bar, if this is the kitchen. So the question is, which direction would you like to go?
What direction did we enter? Did we enter like the back of the building?
There you go. There's...
So like, would the front of the building be this direction?
So you kind of came in from the side of the building. So you came in from the side, the front would be like this way.
Okay, so it's probably that way. Because kitchen would be in the back, right? So the larger area would be where they'd seat Peep. Probably.
Are y'all heading that direction?
Sure. I mean, he's a little lost here, so he's gonna go where he's seeing people go.
Okay. Let everyone stay close. And Hellings will go up towards the door and then put one hand on it and push it open while still keeping towards like the outer edge near the hinges. And in his other hand he's pulled the axe out of it. His holster. And ahead, you see, and I'll reveal two things for you. One on the map. And then one.
My pub
General.
blood did it. It spoke to me.
Jid, you pub crawled.
My pub crawled.
You come into the remains of the main bar. Up ahead, you see it immediately opens up into an eatery area. Once you step fully into that area, I'll reveal that for you. But just looking through the doorway into the bar, you see that there are many old bottles of liquor still in place. Most of the surfaces, and there's a little bit more light coming in from the boarded up windows here, but most of the surfaces have at least a little bit of a blood splatter.
Oh.
There is a distant smell that is akin to rot, but more pungent. It isn't in this room.
Good.
You see that a lot of the extra items that would have been here have been removed with time, as would happen with a foreclosed building. Hellings takes a peer out. He says, it's dark, but I don't see anything. He takes a step through.
Raid the place, see if we find anything like Everclear or something. Something that burns.
You're the drinker.
Ex-drinker?
Well-
I'll take a look.
Ren. Hope Isaac finds something. I'll look as well.
He will do that.
And you will?
While I'm in here,
Mm-hmm.
am I able to see if it's like just about like as dusty as it's been in the kitchen? Like, does this room look like it's had some attention?
Yes. This room looks like it has had traffic as well. Go ahead and roll a control for me.
Both of us are...
Ren specifically look in
Okay.
here, so I'll give it to him. Isaac had pointed out the footsteps before, and so you're kind of looking, and the surfaces carrying spots of blood alone kind of indicates a little more activity because it is not dried. In some areas it is, but it's reflecting the firelight too much to be a non-liquid. But you do also see signs that the front door has been used. You see that the kind of like semicircle where the door would be opened is clear of dust.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
clear people have been coming and going. And as you guys come out here, I'll reveal the rest here. As you see a dining area with several tables and chairs. And then beyond that, you see a stage with the multicolored light of a stained glass window that has been boarded up, still barely twinkling from above, and that has been revealed as well, right here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
This place was really fucking cool when it was in business.
I think once Ren notices that the dust is fairly clear from that spot, he's just gonna like kind of like pull Isaac's jacket a little bit, try not to make as much noise in case people are in the room or like close enough to the room to hear.
Leather squeaky looks.
He's just gonna like point toward the door and just say it and just like whisper like, it's like the footprints. Oh fuck, people have been in and out of here.
Yeah, that's a lot more traffic. So that's probably a bad spot over there.
And then both you can go ahead and make a d20 roll for me.
For anything with alcohol, 50% or higher.
Oh god, I don't know what that's for. I'm hoping that's good.
What's alcohol?
It's not a knowledge.
Lucky 13.
Play dumb. Who's Morales? Too dumb. You're looking around the bar area. You see that the wooden tables, the chairs, scattered and broken debris, both of the furniture and of glass broken bottles. In the distance, you see that the stage is full of abandoned PA equipment. Ren, in your search, as you're trying to find something to work with, you pull out from under... Good fucking roll, wow. You pull out from under the bar high-proof liquor.
Oh my gosh!
I think
Made
like
already into a Molotov cocktail.
what the fuck? I think like once he sees like the label, he's gonna pull it out, and then he's gonna show it to Isaac like that. He's gonna be like this, and then he looks at looks like at the neck of the bottle and notices there's cloth in it, and he just like his eyes widen like, huh?
Who the hell used to run this place? I want to know them. That's exactly it.
That's gotta be Everclear.
It's like it's pre-made and everything. What?
95% alcohol right there. You can run an engine on this shit.
It is this one specifically. I don't know what I gave you for your other cocktails, but this one's a D10 and it has the blast attribute, which means it can hit multiple
Fantastic.
targets.
Oh my god. He's giving that to Isaac.
And then Isaac.
I'm gonna call it a proper Molly.
Proper Molly. Isaac,
wait a minute. Ren, I'm not strong enough to hold it. You have to hold it.
What do you mean you're not strong enough?
I've
to
only
hold it?
got
Are
9
you- Are you
strength.
full?
It's based on strength, right? Not dex?
For the Molotov?
No, for my inventory.
Oh gosh. I think everyone just has a set amount of small.
Because my max strength is 10. Or, sorry, 9 is 9.
Yeah, a Fallout takes a space, but I believe everyone just has the standard amount of spaces. I don't think your strength actually affects it.
Oh.
It's heavy wounds and Fallouts that reduce it. So
Gotcha.
you can
Okay.
hold that.
I thought just having lower stats did it. Okay. Cool.
No. Lower stats means you're closer to death, but it will not
I
affect
see.
your inventory.
Alright.
However, okay, you already have the Fallout marked, so you're good there.
I do have the Fallout, so yep.
Yep, then that's the last one you need. And then you, Isaac, while you were looking around, you see a camera. And it seems like it might still have film on it. What it's been used to take pictures for, you're not sure.
Yeah, we already got a little bit of the snuff film stuff. He's gonna hand that off to Matthew.
He takes it and he makes a face. But he will pocket it. It's one of the wind-up cameras.
Oh, you know there's fucked up shit on that if it's a wind-up one.
Evidence is evidence. It has 7 shots still. Given that this is a camera, it functions as cameras do in Liminal. Taking a picture with it means you will gain I have to look at what it's called. I can do this. I'm a good GM.
Stability.
Thank you. Yeah, that. You will gain stability, which will soak mental damage for you. So
My brain immediately goes, is it a recognizable camera? Is it Douglas's camera? Sweat, sweat, sweat.
it's a shitty little wind-up camera.
There's no way Douglas would ever be seen with
He's
a
too
little
good
wind-up
for that.
camera. He's a professional, dang it.
Of course, of course.
Hellings will pocket it. I will note that he has it, but if any one of you want it at any point, you can summon it from his inventory.
Hey, you kids want to invent selfies?
It's never too late, baby. Or too early in this case.
Alright, so we got a Everclear, we got a camera, and we got a source.
This has a
Probably.
flash on it. If we need to see anything.
Well, if we run and anyone's dark enough here, you can flashbang them, and then we start them on fire.
Works for me.
Jesus.
Shit. And Hellings pulls from under some debris. You see a neatly folded police uniform and badge.
Oh, double shit. Fuck even.
I think that means he's here.
It's probably in the back then, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised they weren't in the kitchen if this is like a processing spot for them.
I don't like how quiet it is.
So, I don't want you to walk into that all blind. From my very little time with my winged friend in the back of my head. Had a little bit of that beast sight, so odds are they'll see you before you see them.
Oh, good.
Please. He will open the bar carefully. Puts a hand on the hinges as he does so to keep it quiet. What then?
Well, what if we lure them out?
We need to figure out where they are first. What do you propose?
Well, it's a shitty old building. Things fall and creak all the time. What if we made
Right.
something fall over here and they went and checked it out? Something that was natural enough?
Sure.
When they come out and check it out, we get them.
Ellings looks at a bottle near Ren.
Does he see the one he's eyeing?
Yeah, there's one near you. There's several. It's a bar.
He's probably just gonna, like, once he starts eyeing it, just, like, kind of, like, turns his head toward it, like, reaching out, not quite grabbing it yet, but grabbing it, like, reaching out to it to grab it if needed.
You are able to. Ellings will move so that his back is flush against the wall, close to the edge. He gets his axe ready.
Where is he facing?
So he's back is to the wall here, so he's kind of facing this direction, but he has the axe ready to.
I think if there's no objections, Ren is gonna grab the bottle and then he's gonna throw it as hard as he can in this corner.
Roll a strength for me. You take it, and you've pitched many things in your time, Ren. Baseballs, bottles sometimes. Name one other thing you've thrown, because I can't think of things you throw.
A dart.
Rocks.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Rocks at windows because you have bad friends.
Axe throwing because you're dad.
Oh, yeah. He's
that's
probably done that
possible.
before.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you are able to pitch it over the tables, and it breaks into 100 bitty pieces. And the sound is crisp. And now you wait.
Yeah, I think to parrot Isaac, Ren is gonna. He's still got the gun on him.
You got the gun? I
Yeah,
forgot.
he still has the gun from James, so he's pulling out the gun.
Axe, knife, both look, gun.
Go ahead and both of you roll a control for me.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Carry us, Helling. Carry us, Daddy.
Yeah, help us, Papa, please.
I am rolling for him.
Save us.
Sorry, he rolled higher than both of you.
Yeah.
Oh!
If there's any noise, you can't tell. It's an old building. So those creaks. They might just be it settling. You can't tell if it's coming from any direction or not.
Isaac's gonna scoot around Ren, take a peek back in the old room they were in.
You do not see anything. But it is pretty fucking dark.
Kind of looks back, sees what the other two want to do.
Hellings looks back between you two and then continues to hold post just in case.
Yeah, he's... He's still gonna stay where he's at, but I think he's gonna, like, try and make himself as small as he can, so that if they do come in the room and they see him, it's gonna take a little longer to see him.
Okay. You hold. And you don't notice anything. What do you do?
We won't sneak back around the other way.
Yeah, I mean, they had to have heard that. I just can't hear them.
That way.
You did see another door, 2 doors in the kitchen.
Do we want to double back?
I mean, you put the noise all the way over there, so I feel like front stage feels... That's like where anyone will come through, right?
So what do you think they're being careful?
It's probably not very often they hear a bottle break in here.
Rats and shit. It might actually be too common.
Good point.
Oh, we could.
He kind of pulls out one of his Molotovs.
We could just start fire.
I think it's so funny he says that, because Ren's about to open his mouth. He sees you hold up one of the Molotovs, and then, like, you start to say your idea, and he just, like, puts the finger up, like, yes, that.
We'll start a fire.
An exterior of the building's stone. There's plenty of wood in here that'll catch.
Problem is, we just need to make sure there's like a back door or something, or else we're kind of stuck.
Well, let's go back into the kitchen and take a look, shall we?
We're in the kitchen.
Welcome back to the kitchen. It is the way you left it. But there are new footprints here. They're yours.
Ah,
Oh, You had me for a second. How dare.
No, she's actually gonna get us. There's bees everywhere else, but we're dealing with the ghost.
That's right. You thought that there were bees in the suburb. I was like, you dumb bitch, it's haunted.
Actually wandered into a new adventure.
Yeah, new loop.
New loop, new you.
Ugh.
How crazy boarded up are the windows?
Strongly. A good crowbar could pry it off. It would be easier to do from the inside than the outside.
That'd be
But
loud.
it would be loud. Then I'll reveal the doors here so it's a little more obvious. There we go.
He kind of looks up at the vent they came out of.
I don't think we're getting out from there.
We could probably get one of us up, but...
That's a little sloped, isn't it?
Yes.
My back's still telling me about that.
What then? He carefully makes his way across. Which door?
Oh, so that one goes behind stage. It's just where we saw the footprints, right? So, fuck all what's back there.
Ready?
Kind of like weasels into the corner with his knife.
It's right. So, is it like two to the side with a gun and an axe, and the other to the side with a knife?
Yeah.
Just absolute murder pile.
Anybody who opens this door is gonna get it.
Isaac's kill count is up to 4. We can bring it up higher.
Yeah.
You open the door. You see an old storage room. It is stacked with crates that look sealed shut.
If we need a room that we can bad, that won't get in the way of our exit. This is not perfect.
What do you say if we needed a place to hide?
If we need a place to burn, doesn't
Burn.
get in the way of the exit. Oscar crate's perfect.
It is made to burn.
That scream of set me on fire.
Alright. So is our plan to get Stafford out of here, or we calling him a lost cause?
I think the idea that we get him out, but
So then we probably don't want to start a fire.
Well,
Probably know where he is.
yeah, I guess.
Let's not put a timeout on ourselves.
I suppose that's fair.
But we know which room to start on fire when it's time. Which is, frankly, any one of these things has plenty of wood, but this one will burn the best.
Does it
Also-
smell nasty in here?
I was just about to ask that.
Smells pretty good, Isaac, actually.
So it's bad for you guys.
Yeah, it's terrible. The Hellings are not having a good time.
Oh, it
Smells putrid in here. You guys can do a search check in this room if you'd like,
If I
though.
want a little pick-me-up, I just have a little snacky in there.
I would like to do a search in here.
Go for it.
Is that?
That is a d20.
That's D20.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
join.
right.
I like rolling dice. They usually go well.
Oh, 3. It's not quite
8.
gold coin level, but it's still close.
Alright, 3 and an 8.
Oh, I don't like the creaking.
Ren, you find a bottle. You're not quite sure what's in it, but it seems like it's got a few uses left. You can uncork it to give it a smell if you want.
Does it look like alcohol?
It looks completely clear.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah. His curiosity is his childlike curiosity is gonna get the best of him. He is gonna undo it and smell.
All right.
Ren takes a big whiff of ether and passes out.
You smell it, and it punches you in the face. It is this sweet, like, high ethanol like odor. And it has like that acrid undertone to it. It feels like it's hard to describe the way that it affects your nostrils. Like they feel smooth. Like the tissue there is.
Oh, I know exactly what you're describing. Oh.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Not quite singed. It isn't singed. It's like relaxed.
Like the best way that I can describe it is like when it's really cold.
Yeah.
And like you just breathe in and it's like, oh, there goes my nostrils, I guess.
Yeah, or if you, a very specific experience, if you eat a lot of sugar-free gum, there comes a point where you take a bite and you're like, I have gone past the threshold. So you have a bottle of that, of mysterious liquid with 2 uses.
Hey, if it's just ethanol, that burns.
After seeing you make that face, Hellings holds out his hand. What was she thought?
Yeah, he will gladly pass that over to him.
Smells. Fuck.
What is
Smells
that?
again. Smells again. Fuck.
Oh, hold on. Kind of have whiffs in our shirt.
Hands it over to you to smell.
Oh, I smell.
Oh, it's terrible.
Oh, I thought.
Go ahead and, just for funsies, Isaac, since you've done some...
dude of reaction.
it's literally the meme of like, dude, this is awful. You gotta try this.
You gotta try.
Isaac, can you... I'm gonna have you roll a 1d6
This is such a
for
fucking the guys thing to do.
Guys night.
It's such a Hellings thing to do too. Just like takes a breath in. Oh.
Yeah, Hellings offers his hand back to take it. What, so... hand out for the cork.
He passes over.
Corks it, that's chloroform, so...
Oh.
And he fucking just let Isaac sniff it. He knew what it was and he still let him do that.
He wanted to know.
Oh.
I've never tried chloroform before.
Oh no.
That's fucked up, Matthew.
Oh no.
I feel like it's one of those where Matthew handed it over, and then like it clicked afterwards. There's like, oh wait a minute, I know what that is.
Yeah, just
Or he didn't expect Isaac to smell it.
No, Isaac specifically said he was gonna spell it.
Oh my God.
The reality is, I think Hellings knew what it was. I think he knew.
I guess you gotta let the baby touch the stove once to learn a lesson.
Like he didn't expect it, like Isaac to take a huge hop or anything, just a little snip, but he did. So it's all right. It's totally fine. It's just they all got encapsulated by dude reactions.
Hey, Isaac doesn't hop lightly.
Isaac, don't knock yourself out.
How hard are you huffing?
Isaac,
Just say it.
please.
There's only 2 uses of this thing. Are you huffing hard enough to use a
No, I'm
charge?
not having a little sniff.
Alright, who wants the
Knocks himself
chloroform?
straight out.
You have Isaac. You have the one good Molotov I found, right?
He's got to hand it
Okay.
back. Yeah, he honestly hands it to Matthew because he'd always had this running theory that maybe Matthew was a murder woodsman, so this all feels right.
Then the fact that you just identified chloroform doesn't help that.
No, it doesn't help at all. Nor the fact that he recognized the blood smell, too. These are all points, little tallies in Isaac's mind that, oh yeah, this man's a murder woodsman.
Then. And then what was the other one that was rolled? It was a 3 and an 8. Let's get the other one here. God damn it. That's funny. Really fucked up, but funny. Near the chloroform bottle, you find a collection of handcuffs and zip ties.
That's really bad.
And duct tape.
God. Hold them up. Yeah, well, look what we found.
They're not bloody, though.
Oh yeah, look at that. I got pockets full of Molotovs, so anyone else want these? Hand some over to Matthew.
He continues to serve as your functional bag. He'll hold the zip ties.
I mean, I have
Okay,
zip ties
so-
already and duct tape, so like I could probably take those and just make it like 2 of each.
Yeah, you can give yourself an extra charge of them.
Okay.
It'll be in the same. We'll just say you were able to put them together. You loop your handcuffs together. They're holding handcuffs now.
I don't have handcuffs. I have just the duct tape and the zip ties.
Congratulations, you have handcuffs now.
Oh, good. That is my inventory.
If you want, Hellings can take the handcuffs.
I mean, he's already got like all the rest of the weird shit. Like, why not? Just fill me up with the weird shit.
These are all things you cannot bring to school, Ren.
No. Nobody is gonna believe him when this is over.
When we all survive this loop.
Yeah, fucking A.
Can you imagine if a guy kicked in the door while we were all huffing?
That'd be pretty messed up.
See, we're chloroforming ourselves. Get out of here.
Can I help you? We're getting high.
Oh. Idea of fucking Hellings getting really into it. Like, boy, fuck off.
Hotboxing here. Fuck off. Well, there's one more door.
Alright. Pockets the chloroform. Ready? Counts on his head. 1, 3, 2, 1.
Hold the corner.
Formation.
Opens the door. You are all hit by the acute smell of piss.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
Now. You see the hallway. You see 2 closed doors and 1 open.
not seeing a back door yet.
I don't think there is one.
Is that like a fucking violation or something?
They closed the place down, Isaac.
I think I see why.
Terrible
Yes.
architecture.
Terrible. There's a fire.
What if a crazed maniac came in here with a Molotov? What would they do?
Well,
Where would they
supposed to run
go?
when it started? Jesus.
Oh.
I no longer want to know the person who owned this place.
He's blinking ahead. Lord, give him patience for the things he cannot control.
If it helps him, Ren was not actually joining in on this.
You don't need to. I think Isaacisms sometimes just give Matthew pause in general. It's the same way that Matthew's murder-isms give Isaac pause.
Unfortunately, Matthew, you've joined the horror show with the comedy relief.
It's not the worst place to be.
Universe says I die first. Let's go.
No!
Where we going?
Well, two of those doors reek of piss and one's open. I'm willing to put money on the ones that reek are probably bathrooms.
I'm personally good to skip the piss doors, but there might be someone inside. That or they're using it to cover up the smell of the other stuff.
It is strong.
From here, like from where everybody's at right now, can we see about like kind of like the dust accumulation by the open door?
You
Or
can
would we
see
have to
that
walk?
there is. Yeah, I would say from here you can get some lighting on it. There are clear footsteps.
Do they
Having come and gone there is also a fresh semicircle.
That's what I was fucking waiting for. I think he's gonna, like, without saying anything, he's gonna point that out and just, like, I think he's just gonna put his hand to his lips now. Like, just put, like, a finger up.
Mm-hmm.
Creep back in. Which one did you point out?
The open one.
Oh.
Are they leading in, or are they leading out, those fresh prints?
That's the uncomfortable part. There's some relatively fresh ones that seem to be going both directions. Some that go out towards this way. Some that go from where you are in.
I think you're on the jam layer.
Oh! So some exit, some go in. It goes both ways. Some of the prints go this way, some of the prints go this way, some of the print like it's a well-traveled area. However, the semicircle at the door is fresher than all of it.
Yeah, that probably just happened. He's gonna turn around just instinctively, because he doesn't know if there's anybody behind him right now.
You turn around. Not turned around. The hair on the back of your neck feel like it's raised, and you fear that you'll see something behind you. as you turn on your heel and stare into the black darkness. There's a shape of something.
Can I make a roll to see what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. What is that? Control?
Yes.
Oh, it's too
It
dark.
looks like a head and shoulders.
Oh, I think he's
Standing
gonna like.
perfectly still.
Yeah, he's gonna like. Without moving, without like shifting his gaze, he's gonna like. I think like. Kind of like before when he's like got people's attention, it's been like a really kind of casual like tug of the like coat or something. This is like a very different, like, I wouldn't say panicked, but like a very quickened like tap on either the shoulder or like the back.
The Hellings looks back.
And he's just gonna like wordlessly point to where he's seeing the where he's seeing the shape.
You see the muscles in Helling's neck tense. Isaac, you see it too once it's pointed out. Right behind you, perfectly still. In the shadows,
Can I roll?
you'd have to step forward a little bit, you think, to get a better look at it. But you can roll to see if maybe you can make it out. Maybe your eyes have adjusted.
Nope. Lower sunglasses. I got the welding mask. They're not.
I should be giving you fucking penalties.
No, I swear. The welding mask.
It watches you.
Alright, yeah, knife out. Isaac will step forward with his lighter. And
You
flick it
step
again.
forward. You flick, the fire. And it illuminates the mop bucket that is perched on a shelf.
Oh.
And 2 shelves nearby that made the shoulders.
And the man next to it.
That's right, the hash-licking slasher.
Oh.
Look that.
It's gonna just like pull the mop out and lay it down.
You lay the mop down.
Oh, good night.
Stick by me.
Yeah, that is a given. He is like. After that, he is fucking right next to him.
Keep an eye on the bathrooms while we scoot over.
You keep an eye on the bathrooms. You come to a room with a stairway that leads down. It seems like this area is under construction. Opening the door, you see tarps and what looks like some temporary scaffolding. There has been cloth put up on the walls, though you don't know what it's been used for. But it's not on every wall.
Is it exterior walls?
There are no exterior walls here.
Oh.
There are stairs that lead further down. And there's the door you entered through. And then there's a door that seems to connect to the bathrooms. And that door only exists because the image I chose has more doors than there should be. So ignore the map.
And you said there is a basement?
There is a basement.
Okay.
These stairs seem to lead down into it.
Hey, my brain's zooming on something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Oh
That looks maybe flammable.
my god.
Do you go to it?
I mean, looking over the area, is the lighting in here accurate?
We'll say yes.
Cool. Isaac's gonna kind of like crouch walk over.
You stealth.
So stealth down.
Your footsteps on the cloth that is laid down are quieter. And you have the uncomfortable realization that if someone had been walking here, none of you would have heard them. You find a Molotov. Good job on spotting that in the picture. That's kind of crazy. I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah. That's
Isaac,
tobacco.
king of Molotovs.
I didn't even notice that there. Like, you get it. That's yours. There's a fucking Molotov in the picture. That's crazy.
I think it's like a little gas canister, but yeah.
It looks like a volley.
It does. It almost looks like a torch, like a handheld
Yeah, kinda.
torch.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dual wielding blowtorches.
Oh my god.
It could be a torch or it could be a Molotov. Which one do you want it to be?
I do like my Molotovs. Now, is it a basic molly or is it a proper molly?
It can be a proper molly. I'll give it to you. I don't want to, but I want to commend the fact that you're using your environment.
Comes back, it's another Everclear.
Oh my god, it's Everclear.
Oh, this stuff's potent.
It didn't have a cloth in it, but fortunately, you have a really shitty shirt for this.
Oh yeah.
occasion.
Oh yeah.
We pop a little cloth in there.
You do so.
I forgot you had ridiculed me for buying it, and then you felt really bad after I told you what it was for.
I was
You
trying
won't-
to support your fashion.
You all proceed down into the basement. And this is where we're gonna leave your section. As you come into a large area that the soft wooden steps lead down into. It's filled with shelves of dry goods, cleaning supplies, and spare equipment for the venue. Against the back wall, there's a ladder to a hatch in the ceiling. And you notice that ladder is behind 4 large drums.
Oh.
On the opposing 2 walls, there are 2 doors. In the far wall, there is something that looks like foundation has been chipped away. and leads into a much more natural-looking tunnel.
Oh boy, I'm starting to think we found
That's
like
here.
a way into a nest. Also, I'm just gonna, for the sake of saying, he clicks off his lighter once there's actual lighting here.
You do so. So that is what you all find. And with that, it is getting late, so check on everyone since we've done one rotation of each group. Do we want to continue? Do we want to call it here and then just do another rotation next session? Or are there any specific ones we want to button?
I'm good to keep going, although we're at a pretty good stopping place at the church
Mm-hmm.
since we just got a door open.
Do we want to figure out the Peebs situation?
Yeah, that seems like a
Do we want to come back to Peeb's no good, very bad time?
We wrap up with the Peebs.
Loop back around to the doctors in the basement.
All right, let me get you your battle music back.
I'm.
Nervous laughter.
Yeah, exactly. Me sweating.
All right. Let's see if I can catch this before it restarts. No. Stop. Stop. Nice. Where is it? There you go.
Look at Isaac instilling bad habits into Ren.
Doing great, chap.
God, the fucking chloroform.
Yeah,
That's so
fucking
funny.
killed me.
Just have a chloroform with the mates.
I kind of love that this group is the comedic relief group.
I just love the idea that Hellings knew what it was. And,
Still let Isaac
still
take a
let Isaac
sniff.
Still
smell it.
fast.
Look, he's heard that Isaac's done some crazy shit.
Oh, it's so funny. It's just like, oh, that's chloroform, and then Isaac's just like, oh, let me take a whiff of that.
He was like, "Oh, let me check this out."
What's wrong?
There are two kinds of friends in the world. There's people who will keep you away from drugs, and there is Hellings who will hand you chloroform.
Oh, shit,
He's
so
like,
I
"Oh, Isaac
gotta
can
try-
handle
You gotta
it."
smell this.
That's a hot shit right
It
there.
really is like, yeah, it really was just like, "Oh, this sucks. Here, come smell this."
That's exactly what it was.
Yup.
Like, I just imagine, like, Matthew and Isaac do talk with the whole, like, Brit party and everything like that. I'm sure, as mentioned, he's heard Isaac's done stuff, so I'm sure there was a curiosity of can he actually handle it?
Can he,
I think the
can he
curiosity
handle
was like,
chloroform?
You liar?
I can tell you the exact curiosity in his head at that moment was, does he know what it is? Can he tell?
He just wanted to see what your
You ever huffed chloroform, Isaac?
what your
That's a
identity
very
like
good
to.
What were you about to?
Missed that one.
God,
Good on you.
buffoonery. Good job.
Meanwhile, in the clinic, less chloroform is being had, and more active assault. As Dabrowski has just driven a scalpel into Eugene's shoulder, and Peabody, you were prepared to act before anyone else will be able to. You know these are tough bastards, so you're gonna have to make it count.
Ugh. Angie is going, I am worried that if I haul off with gun, the sound of a gunshot is going to alert the third person upstairs, and we are going to have more problems. I think in the moment, Peabody is more concerned about incapacitating this guy so that Dabrowski has a clearer shot of getting away from the back wall and out of the room. So I think it's time for gun.
All right, who's getting gun?
Him, my fellow friend over here.
All right.
We are in the basement. We do have some insulation for sound, but still, it is always louder than you expect it to be. So who know?
You level your gun and you fire. Roll a d6 for damage. We'll see how much of a dent you put in him.
Just regular d6 for gun. Not that great.
You bring the gun up. And you fire. And he takes a step back as it hits. But it doesn't hit anything immediately vital.
Mm-hmm.
You've worked with guns enough before, but that doesn't mean you're specifically trained in them. Maybe
No,
just
he is not.
fired one on the side at one point as a friend was just like, hey, check this out, bro. But that's years fucking ago. Fucking 80s probably, or longer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably fairly unfamiliar. Like, he's just familiar enough.
Mm-hmm. Just enough to know what the safety is, just enough to know to brace your arms when you shoot. Not enough to know to account for the drop. As the bullet hits his thigh, and you see him go, oh! He holds it. His teeth are gritted, those disgusting yellow, just absolutely plaque-covered teeth. He holds the bleeding wound. He looks at you and immediately begins to approach. He's like, you shouldn't have done that. Take 3 points of damage.
Oof.
As you are able to move out of the way for the most part, but the knife skids. And we're gonna see how bad it does, because you have to roll to see if there's any critical injuries. And then we'll go further into the wound descriptions.
What was our ruling on damage dispersal?
You can disperse between dex or strength. It's not technically in the rules, but I say fuck dim rules. I like it.
Double to health.
That's right. I also recently learned, it was described by the guy who created Liminal, that he describes the health isn't specifically like, and stats in general, but specifically the health isn't like hits you can take specifically. It's like the amount of luck someone has at avoiding something that does them serious harm.
Yeah.
Always
And then
being
if it
able to
actually
move just
hits,
enough.
that's the critical wound.
It's a fun take on it. I like it that it's not always actually fully hitting. It's the scrapes and cuts that the protagonist gets throughout the horror movie. Let's see that strength.
Ooh,
Ooh,
bad.
okay.
That's bad.
So, you are not able to get out of the way, and you feel a pang, a sharp sting, and it is so sudden that your body doesn't even fully take in what just happened. Peabody, you've been stabbed in the side. Doesn't seem like it's hit anywhere critical, but that knife has sunk in.
Is it in his left side?
Of course it is.
Just flashing back to... It takes a second, but then it's distressingly familiar.
As that happens, Eugene turns around. He says, "We really didn't want to do this." He goes to attack Dabrowski. Fortunately, because he's put a couple bodies in front of him, he will be functioning with a armor. As you see him take a swing, trying to go like over the racks, and Dabrowski manages to stumble back just in time, where it only skids across like his main clothes, and then the seemingly like just a nick off his collarbone. Blood is drawn, but he seems okay. You're up again. Or wait, no, because he goes.
His turn.
Yeah. I have my little thing here. I have to roll something really quick, though. Actually, no, I have stats for this. I actually pre-statted some of these. You. Here you are. Okay. He, after stumbling back, immediately will try to rush past him, Eugene, towards you, Peabody. Try and get it so that the two of you are near each other again. As he says, "The door! I will hold this, see if that works out for him, because he has to get around someone."
Come on.
He succeeds, and he's able to weave around Eugene without getting cut. And weave around Anthony, and he loops behind you, out the doorway. And you're up. As he's not able to pull, but you feel a snag on like your sweater from the back as he's like grabs your shirt and is ready to pull you once he's able. It's just thematically you go first.
Yes. Would I be able to... I have 2 bug bombs in my inventory. Would I be able to huck one of those into the room and then back out the door with Dabrowski and try and slam
Close
the
it.
door shut?
Absolutely.
We're gonna do that. There's probably a moment of fumbling, like a teeny bit of shock at the knife to the side, and he will, gain a little bit of space between them and fumble to switch between gun and pesticide, and then huck that into the room, aiming for the back closer to these two. And then step back out the door.
Now here's the tricky part, Peabody.
Mm-hmm.
This door doesn't have a lock.
Start barricading it. Do I have to roll for Bum Bomb?
Yes. So here's how we're gonna treat it. It's gonna be this similar to the spray that Bruce had, but because it's a bug bomb, it takes up a large area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you roll a 1d6 to start. This is gonna be how many rounds this tick damage is going for.
Yeah. Okay.
It cannot
Yeah,
be
I had
one. I will give that. Two
Ugh.
rounds, okay. And then I think I gave a 1d8 to you, right, Bruce? Or was it a 1d10?
For the bug spray,
Yeah.
it was a D10, and then you had me roll a D12 when we exploded it.
That's it. Okay, so d10. This will be the amount they're taking per round.
Ooh,
Ooh.
hefty.
Hotboxing.
Alright, so it's 9 for 2. As you set it off, and the gas comes out, and immediately, both of them just, upon breathing it in, begin to hack and cough and sputter.
He's out the door.
You can hear them yelling, one of them to the other, it's gas! And you are in here with Hyoga. Allow me to put the damage on these boys. That's a significant amount. Alright.
Thinking that in the interim, he's going to try and hold the door shut as we try and figure out what to do with it.
There we go. Updated their stats. As both of them begin to hack and cough and yell in realization of what you have just done. What's the door? What's the door? You will get a strength as they both will stumble forward and begin to try and beat on the door, try to force it open.
Oh, that's painful.
I'll roll for Dabrowski as well. He made it.
Ooh.
The door, you're both on one door each. And Anthony kicks the door you're on, and he's a big man, and he's got a lot of weight behind him, and it sends you kind of back, and your back kind of bounces off.
Linoleum.
Yeah, you kind of bounce off against this, taking no damage, but stumbled, staggered. And Dabrowski, it just immediately just takes up the space and has just both arms out and is just holding it with all of his might. There are gaps.
Thank God for men.
Men, women. I have to
People are
roll.
great.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see some of my favorite genders. You hear scraping against the door, metal rending against metal. You don't know what they just tried to do, but
Hmm.
it didn't seem to work. Dabrowski, on his turn, he tries to kick his leg out to hook the nearby cart. I failed the roll. To have more to work with. He doesn't succeed, however, your turns are next to each other. If you want to help each other, you can.
Yes, seeing what is going on, he is going to try and grab,
Come on, come on.
you know, grab and barricade with the cart that he was aiming for.
Holy shit. Where did you get the gun? You know, answer later. Oh, just.
He is just takes whatever is pushed his way, shoved his way.
It's the cart.
Yeah, okay, helping to shove that into place to barricade the door.
If we can get something longer, we can try and jam it between the Zandals. I'll hold
Can I
it.
see anything around the room?
I will allow you to roll a search, or if you want to designate anything you see in this picture, that works too.
Mm-hmm. There's a couple of like the bars for the examination table, but I'm pretty sure those are affixed.
You can try and tear them off
No.
if you're feeling like you're shaped like a broken fridge.
Yeah, broken fridge at this point. There's Lamp. How long does Lamp look?
Lamp looks long enough to be jammed. And Layard, being an absolute asshole earlier, already took care of the hood part for you. It toppled.
Fucking...
No, he toppled it and it broke.
I forgot. He was such a shitter. He knocked the lamp over and he broke the lampshade. They're grabbing the lamppost. You run and do that.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a dex to jam it.
Ooh. Come on. That's so painful.
You're
close
trying
with these rolls.
You're trying to get it jammed, and they are hitting against it. They are slamming their bodies against it. It is not taken. Their turn comes, and they take another 9 points of damage. As you hear it. And you see as wet coughs happen, and you see blood splatter against it as one of them hacks particularly hard. Whatever they have become, and whatever this is doing to them,
is super susceptible to...
Alright, let's take some fucking damage here. Alright. That's one. And the other. Two. Okay. Pounding on the door continues, but it is weaker than before. And despite the fact you didn't get the lamp in place, with the addition of the cart, they do not seem to be able to force their way through. And your assistance to Dabrowski quickly pays off as you see through the thin slit that is the two doors and where they join a knife pokes through, right where Dabrowski had been holding it. On his go, he's going to help you with the lamp. So you can go ahead and roll, and if you fail, you can roll again.
Okay.
So he will try and work with you to jam it into one of the handles.
Ugh.
It isn't taking. You don't know if it's just too thin or the handles just aren't easily wedged. You think you're gonna need something bigger.
Hmm.
It has to be something else. Or I don't imagine you have another one of those things.
I do, actually.
Oh! What are we waiting for? Okay, we're gonna need to time this right though. We let them pound on the door and then when they're really back, open it and lob it in. Okay?
He'll nod.
It might really not work.
God. So, speaking out of character for a small moment, one of the other things in my inventory that I once again took from Neil's office was chemical flares. If this doesn't work, I could also throw a flare in there with it.
Keep smoking them out.
Well, I'm assuming pesticide is flammable.
I don't know. Is pesticide flammable? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Although this would be more akin to the explosion that blew up. Yeah, the explosion that blew up the mill with Bruce and Isaac's tag team there.
There is a lot of gas in there, and you're about to throw in more.
Would like to not explode anything that we are standing really close to. Just. I'm assuming they are doing pretty good on their rolls.
They are pounding against the door. They still haven't gotten through. You see they are staggering. They look terrible. Their eyes are bloodshot from the chemicals. Dabrowski looks at you. Betty?
Nods. I'm just going with the regular bug bomb. I'm not gonna try and blow anything up because we are standing way too close to it.
Okay. See?
And that room is saturated right now.
Van Gogh! And he waits as they are opening to shove the door open, and he has to shove the cart open, or to the side in order to do so.
Do I have to roll anything?
You do not have to roll to get the bug bomb in there. He's gonna have to roll to shut the door in time.
Okay.
You can roll how long your bug bomb will last and the damage it will do. Thank you for the folly. Okay, 4 rounds. 2 damage. And You throw it in, and as that happens and Dabrowski is going to get it shut, a hand catches it and pushes the door open.
Oh no!
No! No! Even or odd? Peabody.
Ooh, let's go with odd.
Okay.
This is who he attacks.
You were odd? Or even? I couldn't remember.
I called odd.
Alright. He stumbles through, and that inertia, as he is falling forward, the knife, carried with it, finds its way to you. Please roll a strength for me, and then take 6 points of damage. Well, specifically, actually, you're gonna be... Okay, did you already take your damage?
I have not. That was before damage.
Alright. Take your damage. I don't think your damage will make it so that a 5 fails. You can be cheeky about it if you really want to. I won't stop you.
I am at 8 strength, 8 dex, and 10 control.
Alright. He falls forward. The knife skims from the top all the way down, but it doesn't go deep. It just goes long.
Ugh. Just like across the front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. No, my sweater.
Your sweater just got fucked, Peabody.
I just got fucked up too. Not having a good day. Not having a good day.
That hurt bad. Fortunately, there's only one door open. They take this round 2 damage each. 1. The smoke from the bug bomb, not completely contained in the room, begins to waft into this room. If you... I'm trying to think of how I want to work this. I think it's a more diluted area. It will still do damage. It may do reduced damage, or it will not last as long. One of the two. Which one do you want? This is if they stay out here. If you push them back in, it stays the same.
I'm fine with reduced if they are out of the concentration of it.
Got it. And I think that is their go. Dabrowski is going to try to get that knife away from him. As he's to the side, and Anthony's forced his way through, and he has that scalpel. He's just
doing his best.
Trying. He's trying. He
Oh
does
no.
the dinkiest fucking damage. It's a paper cut. I'll roll to see if it's enough. Jesus Christ. Lucky bastard. Tiniest fucking paper cut. But it was in the webbing between the thumb and finger.
Oh, ew. Bad place to get stabbed.
Oh. And he drops the knife and it clatters to the ground. You are up, PvD. They look terrible. Blood is running down Anthony's face from where he coughed it up. They both look disheveled. They both look like they're barely standing.
Mm. Ugh. You know what? I don't really want to gun right now because the gun is tiny explosion and that could set off the pesticide gas. I have my own knife that Kurt and Dawn gave me. So I think I am taking a stab at my good fellow here, Anthony.
All right.
Ooh.
You bring the knife up, and where are you putting it?
This is this is so miserable. Just to consider because not something he really wanted to be doing, but this turned into the actual fight for their lives. He was really hoping that they could like barricade them in there and that they would pass out. But I am imagining like he has stumbled back. He has kind of like half fallen from that knife swing that Anthony took at him, and in retaliation, just kind of upwards from where he's kind of half crouched. And probably a shot to the gut, I would imagine.
You bring it up into his gut, and there's that same wet impact. That one that, for the amount of damage it does, it should be louder. But it's not. And you pull the knife away, and when you do, you pull with it intestines.
Oh, no!
As he heaves and coughs and screams, but it all becomes silent quickly.
Just chokes and gurgles and fades out.
Yeah, you murdered this man. If you hadn't have killed someone before, I would have made you roll a control. However, Dabrowski has never seen this before. He is going to roll.
I was about to say, technically I haven't, but then...
You burned Douglas alive!
Yeah, I did murder a couple things. They
He mutters something in Sherman. With no one to secure the door, Eugene stumbles out next. With the air cleaner out here, he doesn't take as much damage, but he is still... Anthony is dead. He realizes he may not be far after. I need you to roll something for me.
Sure. What am I rolling?
Roll me a 1d6.
That's a 3.
Okay. We'll leave this up to chance.
Ooh.
So I believe before when you were packing things up, there was a specific roll I had you do. I think it was a 1d8. I would like you to roll that again. As you determine what's on the counter.
That's a 7.
Let's see here. Nothing dangerous. That's what it is. The emergency surgery kit. Fortunately, it was no pharmaceuticals. As you see his eyes dart over to the counter, but upon not seeing anything there. Even or odd, Peabody.
We'll stick with odd. Why not?
Well, you really gotta stop calling that.
I'll tank it.
He's going down, but someone else is hurt here. Someone else is bleeding, and maybe he can take someone with him. Take 5 points of damage.
Nasty. Shit. Am I making the roll
Oh,
again?
you know you are. Yeah, you know you are.
Probably in trouble this time. Holy fuck, how did I make that?
Lucky bastard. You take the hit. And it sinks into your upper arm, into the meat, missing any arteries, but not missing the muscle that it tears.
Oh.
Dabrowski tries to get him away from you. And without really thinking about it, there's a knife on the ground. And what he has is kind of shit, so I'll take it. Picking it up, though, he won't get a full swing in this round, so he can go for a baby one, but nothing serious. Still decent, though. As he takes this knife and slices, and it catches Eugene's wrist. Oh. Shakes his head. Sputters. He is still standing. But you're a doctor, and you can tell. Any moment now he is going to fall. What do you do, Peabody?
I still have that knife on me. So I think we're ending this.
And you do. You bring the knife down and it lands square in his chest. And you hear the sound of bones breaking as it pierces them. And you were really focused on just getting a hit on Anthony. So you didn't really take in his face. This one, he couldn't even get away. You see the light fade from this man's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And like that, it's done. At least for now. Two more APRs down. Oh my god, you... Shit.
We have to go.
You're bleeding!
We have to go. If there's someone else outside, we have to go.
We don't... Can you run? Oh god.
Shakily, push himself up from wherever he was knocked over, just... There were cars out front that they came in.
He'll go and he'll start shuffling through pockets. One of them has to have some. Is it as bad as it looks?
I'll hold for now.
Just answer the question, please.
I don't know. Is it as bad as it looks, Bree?
How's your stats?
Not great. It's effectively cut in half from what they were.
It's as bad as it looks. You're not dying, but you are hurt.
Mm-hmm. He shakes his head and just, I'm not dying unless more of them get in here, so we need to leave.
Rifling through the pockets. Oh, good.
I was going to say, can I assist in search, or...
Yes, go ahead and roll a 1d20. Dabrowski is very unhappy when he finds a vial with a bee in it.
Oh. I would also be very unhappy.
You are able to find... Oh. Am I gonna give it to you? You are one off. I'll make a trade with you.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you the keys if you accept a card.
Oh, sure. That sounds fun.
Here you go. You find the keys. They're on Eugene's corpse. They have a little acrylic bee attached to them. It's smiling. It has dimples.
Mm-hmm. Does the is it like a little key ring, or it's just the...
A lanyard, I would say. There seems to be a couple keys there, but one is very
Okay.
clearly a vehicle key.
And does it have the like the car dealership logo on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can tell what it belongs to, hopefully at a glance when we go outside.
We'll see.
I'm trying to give myself the best chance I have.
You're praying they don't have the same make or
Mhm.
model.
So he'll kind of, get to his feet with a bit of difficulty and hold up the keys. Got some.
Okay. Let's go. He will. Like, his hands are kind of like hovering right now. He hasn't touched you, but like it's very clear he like wants to help. And the two
he will
Mhm.
hold out his uninjured arm.
Takes it. Helps. Friend hurt, sad face.
Aw.
And two of you can make your way.
We limp up the stairs.
Mm-hmm. You get back to the office. And when you get to the lobby...
Damn it.
He's not there anymore.
Fuck.
I think because we're getting close to an ending point here, what we're going to do is we're going to leave you at a doorway just like we're leaving the others at a doorway, in which the situation isn't completely solved. But it's better than it was. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
How very thematic. We've all stopped at doorways.
Oh yeah, I suppose the other group did as well.
They're at the doorways in the basement.
Never before has there been a more obvious session name. I kind of want to leave it on this one, honestly. Feels right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Good session.
Good session. Progress.
Nobody's dead yet.
Congrats on the murder, doctors.
Not happy about it. Was really hoping to not have to do that.
But you're not
Buddy, remember
dead,
that oath you
which
took
is
when you
what I
were in
was
school?
worried about.
Hippocratic oaths down the
Yeah,
drain. You
remember
did
that
it.
oath? Yeah.
I mean, that Hippocratic oath was that was gone before you even came in here.
That was
He is not thinking about that right now,
Yeah,
fellas.
that oath has been out the window since last loop when you
I
burned
mean,
Douglas alive.
If you think about it, okay, so if you think about it,
It is not my
they
fault that
were-
an alien creature thing that just happened to be wearing the skin of someone that I was starting to consider a friend tried to murder me. I feel like it's self-defense.
Wearing the skin of. Who says that it wasn't him?
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
I think
He exploded into a terrible creature. I watched it. I seen it with my own eyes. That was technically two terrible creatures I murdered last loop.
He tells himself to sleep better.
Yeah, in those like 3 days of sleep that I've had since that last loop occurred.
Yeah, this has just been a gauntlet for you.
And 2 of them were spent like probably half awake at Hun's house.
Aw. We gotta get you some sleeping meds, Doc.
I hear some people have chloroform.
Hey, you gotta huff it with the boy.
The boys.
Christ.
We'll huff chloroform together.
Oh, this shit's awful. Here, smell this.
A little huff pass.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna properly get over Helling's willingly
so
giving the chloroform
funny.
to Isaac.
So
It is-
incredibly funny.
It is so funny. Just the idea that he knew what it was. He just wanted to see if Isaac could take it.
They're friends.
He's just strong enough. Friends do not give other friends chloroform.
Friends give other friends chloroform.
Not the cool kind that give
Oh
you
my
chloroform.
god. Oh.
Friends who friends who are friends and both grew up in the 60s give each other chloroform.
Exactly.
Only cool
Snapping,
friends
exactly.
give you chloroform.
Oh.
Hey, check out this weird drug I found.
Are you really metal? Prove it.
Oh yeah, watch this.
Good job, everyone. What a session.
Did it.
Yay.
Nobody's dead.
Nobody's dead.
Not yet.
Yippee.
And we managed not to have an incident at the church yet.
Oh, you got so close though. Oh.
Very close. Thank God for women.
Yes.
We love
Can
women.
I just get a thumbs up of Bruce being like, "Thank you, women." That's all I want.
It's the Let's Go Lesbians, but it's just lesbians is caught out, and it's just women.
Yes.
Bruce, we could determine that Bruce retains his competence about one scene after he leaves the presence of his woman.
At least he doesn't.
Oh
get
no,
run
that's what
into.
happened to him last time. He wasn't in the presence of women.
No, we need more women.
Bree, you didn't put enough women in this game. Where's more
Yeah.
women?
What do you
Where's the
mean I
women,
didn't
dude?
put enough women? He was saying my women.
Where's the women?
Say,
He
I
was
think
attacked by
that-
women. He was saying my women.
I think that runs in the
You
family
promised
because
me women.
I recall Beth carrying as well.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to make the NPCs too useful.
No, it's the NPCs are doing good. We love
We
them.
love them.
We need
We love them.
God,
More women.
Bruce is an ex-NPC. He's allowed.
He's allowed to have NPC energy.
Yes. They're his people.
Angie's immediate. Hun, you better marry that woman.
It was so appropriate.
She
What a
is ride or
mom.
die, let it be fucking known, because
What
that
a
was
gal.
a kid, and she was just like a bee. He said they're bees. Okay.
Well, she got her confirmation.
Mhm.
Technically, Bruce had pulled off her sweatshirt at that point.
She
But
did
that's
have like
fine, I'll take
the
it.
bees in her hair.
Yeah,
right?
she's still got other bee
That's
stuff,
true.
I believe. Bee.
BB.
fellas, I gotta go to bed. Good
Well,
night.
guys, thank you for hanging around.
Good night. Sleep well.